Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today it's a magic card. Some people call it magical, magic color. It's magic for sure. So here it is. And watch when I pull on this. Boom, 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 boom. It's getting color. Well, after I was done, I'm thinking it's going to be better if this part is white. So that's what we're going to do today. It's funny because I got a card that I did back in 2008, I think. So, and back then it was 10-minute video, so I had to do it in 2 sections. So today I can do it all in 1 section. So let's get started with a piece of cardstock that measure 5 1/4 by 11. So, and it's many ways you can do it, and for me, I find it this easier. So we're gonna do at we're gonna score at 1/2 inch. So right here, it's easier if we do on that side there. Well, let's turn this around. Let's score at 5 1/2. That's gonna make it easier. So we're gonna score the long way at the top. We're gonna score at 5 1/2. Turn this around and put that right here at the 1/2 inch mark here. And now from the top to your 5 1/2, you're going to cut and stop at 5 1/2, your cut. And then the bottom, can you see it all? And the bottom is going to be score to the 5 1/2. So you cut to the 5 1/2, and then the bottom you're going to score, or vice versa. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just flip this, put that again at the 5 1/2. The bottom score here, we're going to score to the 5 1/2. And then here we're going to cut to the 5 1/2. So now we get this here. Let's remove this. Now we're going to do a little bit of trimming here. Not much. And from where it's scored there, you're just going to go diagonal here. See? Like this. And then here, like this. Then I didn't cut enough, so it's easy to come back, and here we go. So now we get those 2 strips away. Now we're going to bring the big shot, and I am using the second of the largest oval frame. So I get 2 here. And I already pre-cut our frame to speed it up the process. And what I done, I put both of them together and then I cut. And then I get my frame that we're going to need down the road. Now for the card itself, we need the smaller one of those 2. So it's the second from the biggest we want for the card. Now for the card, we want the circle to be where you get your flap there. So match that the best that you can. Center, maybe a little bit more higher. It doesn't matter. Put it wherever you feel like it. And, here we go. That looked good to me. And we're going to cut this. Just roll this through. Here we go. Let's remove the big shot away. Okay, now we're gonna, here we go. Now we got our opening. Now to make it a little bit more decorative, I'm using the Timeless Texture stamp set, and I call that the filigree. We're gonna use that. I'm going to bring a piece of scrap paper here, and we're going to stamp that with fresh fig. I didn't bring any stamp set. Ink. 1 second. That's funny. I don't know what I was thinking I was doing here, but here we go. We got it. And now I'm going to stamp this just randomly, just to have a nice background. I didn't want it all the way plain. And I'm going to fold this here. Here we go. That should be good here. Now we're going to reinforce our score. And anytime, I cannot say that enough, anytime we get any type of moving card or 3D, we really want to reinforce our score line. That's really what makes a huge difference in these cards. So really, I think it's called varnish. I call it reinforce, pitted, whatever you want to call it. I am horrible with names, with good term. That's just the way I am. So now we get this very done. Oops, make sure it's right in the center. For some reason, I think I didn't pay too much attention when I score, but we're going to fix that here. You want to make sure that it's straight. Here we go. I think we get that pretty slick here. Okay, now we need to put the insert in the center of this. And like I said, I think white's going to be even looking more magical. So this piece here, it measures 4 1/8. You want it a little bit smaller than the exact size because of the score. So it's 4 1/8 by 5. So we're going to use the bottom. It doesn't matter. You can use fast fuse or tear and tape. I got the tear and tape. That's what we're using for the rest. So I'm just going to put right at the bottom where my score line is. I'm going to put a strip of the tear and tape. Going to remove this. We're going to put that right at the end there. Here we go. Now we're going to close your tab. You're going to put a tear and tape. That is the correct term. So I get the tear and tape right here. Here we go. And then another strip on the other side. Okay, now we're going to reinforce this here. We're going to remove this. And the other one I didn't do the next step I'm going to do, but I find a little bit of a problem when I do the insert. So what I want to do, it's, oops, make sure it don't pass. We're going to go just at the top, make sure it's all cover our tab, okay? Like this. And my goodness, friends. Like this. Okay, now we're ready to close this up. Make sure you don't pass on the side because that really would affect your slider. Make sure you don't have no glue at all on the side of this here. Okay, keep this closed, and the best way that I find out to make it sure it's smooth and all equally, take the back here and start from the bottom and push it up. Ta-da! Now we got this part done. And if you see I'm a little sliver off here, just say, you can take your scissors if you see this and just trim that. Really don't show. Here we go. I'm just going to make sure it's very well perfect. Now the next step, it's our window sheet. And where is my window sheet? I know I cut them. Well, you know, window sheet, it's kind of hard to, here they are. So the window sheet, it measure the window sheet and a piece of white. The window sheet, it's stuck here. Now you're going to see my fingerprints. Okay, so the window sheet and a piece of the same size in the white, that's going to be 378 white by 5. I tried with 4 and it was tight a bit. So 378 is just a little smaller than 4 by 5. Now what you're going to do, is take the 1-inch circle and we're gonna, I should have done that first. You know what, this one, usually I don't measure, but for this one, I want to measure. So I'm gonna find the center of that. It's just a little bit over 2, so I'm just gonna push my ruler, go for the 2. Here we go. So now, usually I don't measure, but this one, oh dang it, I put it in the bottom. You want that at the top. Okay. Go that again. Make sure you do that at the top. It really won't show. It's right on top of the filigree. And I should have done this before, but it's never too late. And just half of the circle gonna be cut there. So then I can line up my circle lovely there. Now for this here, the first part, because I don't want it to move, I'm just going to use a tiny bit of snail, and I mean a tiny bit. So just right here in the center here, just sag at a little piece. So you put your window sheet and your white piece. Make sure it's all lined up perfectly. And we're going to insert this. Okay, now you're going to take your basic black, the archival ink, or if you get stays on, that work also. First though, you want to prepare your Stampin'-Magic. So what I done, it's the corner of the handle of the Stampin'-Magic and the corner of the plastic of the Stampin'-Magic. You put that together and you stamp. Make sure you don't remove the stamp, you don't switch that. So this is ready to go. Now you're going to take your archival black and you're going to stamp in your opening. Going to take this, stamp that right there. Voila. Now it takes a little bit to dry on the window sheet. So to speed up the process, we're going to use the embossing tool. And usually I would let that dry by itself. Let me see if I can pull it out there without smearing. Here we go. So you want to make sure that it's dry before you put your hands on it, because that would make a number. And you don't want to set it too much on window sheet, because then it's going to curve your window sheet, plus it can really warp it. So now I got this. You're going to take your whatever it's called, your Stampin'-Magic. I'm going to just remove this here. This needs to be removed. Now what I'm going to do is put a piece of removable tape right there, because I don't want that to remove. I'm going to put that right there where it should have been. I'm going to prepare my ink pen. Okay, now we're going to match this perfectly here. See, we can match that perfect. That look pretty good. Now you want to remove the window sheet, but don't remove anything else. So just slide the window sheet off. take your Stampin' It's the corner of the plastic, not the corner of the cardstock, and that's where a lot of people get trouble with it. Or if you get a misty or those thing, go for it. I don't have that, so I'm using the old-fashioned Stampin' Here we go. All this, the handles stay there. Corner of the stamp there. Gonna stamp this. Good. Voila. Now let's see if we did a good job. Let's see if this is gonna match. Oh, stuck on my fingers. Want to make sure it's dry there. See, we get the perfect match. Now what we want to do, let's color this here. The other one, I colored the umbrella. I color it in the Fresh Fig, and it was too dark. I barely see the umbrella, so I decided to do a yellow umbrella. But if you can see, I didn't let my ink dry too much, so it smeared a little bit of the black, but it's still okay. Now, the dress is going to be in powder pink. So I just gonna, you see, I didn't fuss at all on this. So I colored the girl. And then we're gonna use, I colored the hair too in the brown. And the skin in Blushing Bright, but it's very close to the Power Pink, so you just want to use a little bit. Now I'm going to use the stamp set, the Weather Together, and we're going to do the raindrops. I thought I had it. I'm a little bit of, oh yeah, they're in the back of this here. Well, while we get this is from the same stamp set, Beautiful You. The girl is Beautiful You. I'm using the black ink there. You know what? This time I'm going to put it right here so I don't have to worry so much about drying on the white, on the window sheet. Here we go. Now I can remove that. The other one I did, Wishing You a Brighter Day to Come. I did that right on the... Now I can remove this. I did that right on the window sheet. I just going to do some raindrops, and the ink, it's Soft Sky. Here we go. And then I got this little shape here from Beautiful You. Just going to add a little bit of water here. Need to stamp off here. Here we go. That's, I need one more, I think. Here we go. So now I got kind of a puddle there. So that is done. Now we just have to take a circle that measure 1 inch. I punch out the 1 inch circle, fold that right in two. Now we're going to use Fast Fuse. And let's have again a little piece of a snail. I don't want the Fast Fuse, just a little piece here. We're going to put that together. Make sure we here we go. Now you're going to take your card, just open this up here. Okay, you're going to take your circle and you're going to excuse me, put that right at the opening here. The reason why I like to come after to put it right in the opening, then I know it matched perfectly with what I got there. Then I'm going to pull it because I don't want to. Here we go. I need the circle punch. And I just took the NL circle punch. Punch that right in the center, but higher than lower, if that make any sense. You have to give a good push because you're going through cardstock. Come back here. You're going through cardstock and the window sheet. So you really need to have that muscle to go through all that. Because really it's 2 pieces of cardstock. Well, 3 pieces of cardstock because the circle it's folded in 2. Plus the window sheet. So it's really, you have to push that a lot. So I just fold it in 2. Pass it from the front to the back. Pass that in the loop. And this is that the ribbon, the fresh fig. And then we're going to put that right. Oops. So I bet you're asking where you're going to write on that. Right in the back. You can write your message there. Voila, my friend. Oops. Push that there. And then this going to get glue here. Oops. Right here. I'm going to glue that there. And I got a greeting. Here it is. I want to show you something about the greeting though. If you get a old pair of scissors that it's not, they're kind of not cutting nicely anymore. So this is about 3" by, well, it was 3.5 and I want to trim it. So 3 by 3/4, just do a little V. And then if you want to have that rough on the edge, what I've done, come back here, I'm going to show you, but I'm not recommending that you use good scissors for that. You need a whole pair of scissors. Hold this tight here. So we used to have a tool that do that, and we don't have it anymore, and I cannot find mine. And see, you can have the edge all roughed up there. But again, don't use a good pair of scissors, or maybe you get an old knife. That would work also. And here, do the same thing over here. See, it adds some character, and that's going to get glued there and there. And I think, personally, I think the white make it even more magical. So let's watch this. So when I pull on this, see, it's white and white. So really, you don't even see the insert. So I think white is the way to do the magic card, or the same color here. You can see it's, so it's all good. Depends on what you like. And so this is part of a blog up. So right above you get the little eye icon there, the circle with a eye. Just click on that. It's going to bring you right to the right post to get all the measurement and information, plus a blog up for magical card. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye-bye for now.